Hello everyone, my name is Abby and I will be your UREC instructor for the day for this video. This is Body Sculpt and this is going to be about a 45-minute workout. For Body Sculpt, we're going to be toning and working those arms, that core, and those legs, a total body workout today. Like I said, 45 minutes. We have our warm-up, our main segment, and then our cool-down. Just a few reminders before we get started. Today you will need either a mat or towel if you have that. If not, totally fine. And you can just use the space around you, that's totally okay. Also, making sure that you have a bottle of water near you. I will be just kind of having to have some rest in between sets and movements that you can grab some water then, or really whenever you would like to. And then also, we will be using some weights today, so if you have dumbbells, perfect. If you don't, that's totally okay. You can find anything around your house that has a little bit of weight to it, maybe some soup cans or something just, again, with a little bit of weight that you can add to your workout today. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that warm-up. I do have my fan going, so I hope it's not too loud, but I do have a fan, just letting you all know, and then I will be playing some music, but please feel free to use your own music and use this video as you will, either to just get some ideas for your own at-home workouts or follow along with the class with me. So let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and move back into your space. Like I said, I'm going to get my music going, and we're going to get started with our warm-up. Alright, getting back into our space, starting with some marches, hugging those arms and those legs. Bring it a little bit wider here. Starting to practice our breathing, inhaling through that nose and out through that mouth. In 4, 3, plant those feet for spinal flexion. It's down. 2, 3, tuck that head, and up. 2, 3, shoulders back. It's down. 2, 3, tuck that head, and 4, 3, 2, cut it in half. We're going down. For 2, and up. For 2, it's down. For 2, and up. For 2, it's down. For 2, and up. One more. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, go ahead, shake up those arms, shake up those legs. We're going to go ahead and first stretch up those hamstrings. So taking one leg in front of us, sweeping down towards that foot, and then coming all the way back on up. Really thinking of extending to that floor, then all the way around to the other side of our room here. Really flexing those toes towards the ceiling. You should be feeling the stretch behind that leg, our hamstring muscle here. Practicing our breathing, inhaling through our nose and out through our mouth. Taking these at our own pace. We need 2 more. Alright, shaking out those arms here. Alright, go ahead. Take our feet behind us here. We're taking one leg, grabbing it here, and pulling that closer. If you would like to, you can add a little calf raise at the end there to add a little bit more of a pull. Again, we're just taking that leg and pulling it right to that glute. Again, adding that calf raise there if we would like to. If you'd like to, you can grab something near you too. Give me 2 more. Awesome. All right, go ahead. Spread those legs a little bit farther apart than shoulder width. Go ahead, point those toes forward. We're sinking down and moving from side to side here. Again, really opening up those legs so you can warm up those hips here, those legs. Really thinking of being on one even ground here. We're not changing those levels. We're keeping it right here. Breathing in through that nose and out through that mouth. Giving back 2 more. Awesome. All right, going into our inchworms here. We're starting up on those toes, reaching up towards our ceiling, walking it out into a high plank position, really making sure that we're pushing back in those heels, engaging behind those legs, really thinking of keeping a flat back with these inchworms. If you would like to, you can add a push-up here at the bottom. Really thinking of engaging that core, pulling that belly button towards our spine. I personally like to hold my plank here at the bottom just for a few seconds. Make sure that you make this workout your own. Feel free to add or take out whatever you would like. Give me 2 more. All right, awesome. Go ahead. We're going into some arm circles here. So first, taking them forward, rolling through that full shoulder here. Breathing through it. Slight bend in those elbows, switching our direction here. Again, really feeling those shoulder blades touch here. All right. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get right into that workout for today. Starting with our arms today. Again, like I said, we're going to work those arms, those legs, and that core. So starting with those arms, we're going to have 2 different sets of exercises. Before we do those, we're going to do a little arm activation. This is something that you can incorporate into your at-home workouts. It's really important to activate those arms before we get them started. So we're going to go ahead, if you have dumbbells or a weight, go ahead and grab one for me. We're just going to first start by moving those arms around that head, going in one direction. Really thinking of keeping those shoulders down, not going too fast with this movement. Again, we do warm up those arms in our warm-up, but I think this is something I really wanted to add into our workout today, just so that you all can use this again in your own workouts. Just kind of see what it's like. All right, switching the other direction. So going the other way around our head here. Really thinking of engaging that core still. We're not arching that back. Lifting up those lower abdominals. Breathe in through it. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to go ahead, take that dumbbell, put it out in front of us, and we're going to go ahead and switch it kind of like we're driving a car here. Just go ahead and join me when you're ready. Again, taking these at our own pace, just switching it up and down here, having a slight bend in those elbows, trying to keep it about chest height up. Breathing through it. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, last little arm activation here. We're going to go ahead and make some infinity signs with that weight. So putting our arms out here, we're dipping down, and then going back around and making some infinity signs. Again, if you don't have weights, that's totally fine. You can use anything in your house, or you can do the same thing, just adding resistance in that movement. When you're doing that, it'll still work those muscles and wake up those arms. Breathing in through that nose and out through that mouth. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we woke up those arms. We're going to go ahead and get into our first set of exercises. First, we're going to be working those triceps and those shoulders. So first, we're going to start with our plank extension here. So we're getting onto that floor, that mat, that towel, whatever you got. We're going down, and you can either go onto your knees for this plank or bring it into a high plank position. We're taking one arm at a time, extending in front of us, right here, alternating those arms. Again, you can also go onto your knees and do the same thing. reaching in front of us, making sure that our glutes are not in the air. We're keeping that flat back. Next, we'll bring it to our elevated shoulder press. So this, we're going to lay on our floor, our mat, and we're taking those arms, bringing them out in front of us, bringing them back, and then bringing them right back forward, keeping them off of our ground as we do this motion, keeping those shoulders down. And then last but not least, we're going to go ahead and do a combo move where we add both of those together. So starting with that extension, we're going to go 1, then 2, lower ourselves slowly to the ground, do our extension, and then press ourselves up to go back into those plank extensions here. We have each of these for 45 seconds, 10-second rest in between, and then that combo move we'll do twice. I'm going to go ahead and get that timer started so we can get right into this. All right. Starting with those plank extensions, either on your knees or in that high plank, whatever you would like. 2 and 1. Again, really being purposeful with these. We're not going super fast. Making sure that our glutes are not in the air. We're keeping that flat back. Keeping those shoulders and wrists stacked on top of each other, right under us. Just raising it about to our head, not really too high. Making sure that those arms have a slight bend in them here. 3, 2, and 1. All right, little break here. We're going into that elevated shoulder press. 3, 2, and 1. So again, we're just keeping those arms off of that ground. Our bodies are so strong. You'd be surprised how much we can do without weights, just using those bodies. Breathing through it, using what we have at home. Making sure we're keeping those shoulders down, and as we're coming down, we're squeezing those shoulder blades together. 10 seconds, everyone, and then we're going into that combo. 3, 2, and 1. Take a little rest. All right, getting into that combo move, starting with those plank extensions. And 1. It's out, out. Press down. That shoulder press, and then push ourselves back up there. On that press up, making sure that we're trying to use that core with us here, bringing that whole body with those arms, putting all the power in those arms. We are strong, pushing ourselves, slowly lowering ourselves to the ground. Breathing through it, everyone. We got it. All right, we got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, everyone, we have one more round of that combo move. Getting right into it. 3, 2, and 1. As we go down, making sure that those elbows stay right close to those sides here. So making sure they're going right past those sides as we go down to that mat. Halfway there. Ten seconds, we got it. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, everyone. All right, we're going to go ahead and move into our next exercise. For this one, we're going to have 2 different exercises for 45 seconds each, and then we're going to repeat that twice. For this, we're doing our hammer curls and our tricep extension. So taking some weights, dumbbells if you have them, and starting with our hammer curls. So we're taking those weights, instead of going like this for a bicep curl, we're just turning those hands so those palms face each other. We're lifting up, reaching those shoulders, and then coming right back on down. Again, from our side, it looks like this. Really making sure we're keeping those elbows to our sides, and we're not breaking those wrists as we come up. Next, we have our tricep extensions. So you can either take one or two weights, whatever weight you have. We're putting those right behind that head, making sure that those elbows are right next to our head. We're not too forward or too far back, right at those ears. We're taking those arms, just back a little bit, and we're lifting up, and then bringing right back on down. Again, we're not dipping too far, making a 90-degree angle, keeping those weights right at that head, and then we'll just be lifting up and coming back down. Again, we're going to get started with those 45 seconds for each of those moves, starting with those hammer curls. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping those shoulders down. These work our bicep muscles here. Our biceps are right here. You should feel that in that part of your arm. We should be exhaling as they reach our shoulders and then inhaling as they go right back on down. Breathing through it, everyone. You got it. Halfway there. Seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Little break here, and then we're going into that tricep extension. 3, 2, and 1. Again, just lifting up, and then coming right back on down. Making sure we're not arching that back. We're tucking in those hips, using those abdominal muscles. Really making sure that we're not dipping too low with those weights, just enough to feel that resistance here. Keeping those shoulders down. 15 seconds, everyone. We got it. These are for our triceps. You should feel that in the back of those arms. 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go for our second set. Taking a little break here and going right into those hammer curls. 3, 2, and 1. Last set of our hammer curls for today. Something I've said in my previous videos, and I just want to repeat for you all, is that since we are working out at home more frequently right now, it is nice to have a little bit more tension on those muscles by having less rest in between our exercises. So if you're looking for a way to add to your at-home workouts, maybe taking less rest in between sets or exercises, again, to still get that muscle tone that you're looking for. All right, here we go. 5 seconds, everyone. 3, 2, and 1. All right, last set of those tricep extensions. 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up towards that ceiling. Really making sure that those elbows are equal here. Breathing through it. We are strong, we are powerful. Think I can. Moving our bodies today. 20 seconds. Last push for those arms, we got it. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, everyone, go ahead, shake out those arms, grab some water. everyone, we're going to go ahead and move on to our legs for today. Just like our arms, we're going to do a little bit of leg activation. So I just want to point out at home, if you have any of these leg bands, please feel free to use those right now. We're going to be just doing a little side-to-side step. So taking those legs, and we're just going side to side here, kind of like our warm-up, staying on that one level. We're just moving those legs, making sure that our stance, we're having those glutes, sending them out, and then making sure we're putting the weight into our heels and our glutes as we're doing these side touches here. Again, just join me whenever you are ready. Waking up those legs, waking up those glutes, making sure we're getting the most out of our workout today. Breathing in through that nose and out through that mouth. Making sure we're keeping that chest lifted. If you have something on your shirt, it should be able to be pointed out in front of you here. Getting a little bit lower. All right. And 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and take it down to our floor and just take it to some glute bridges here. If you would like to, you can add a dumbbell or weight on your lower abdominals, or you can add a pulse. I'm going to go ahead and pulse it up. So taking those glutes, lifting up towards our ceiling, and then coming back down. Again, if you'd like to, you can pulse up here at the top, squeezing those glutes at the top, making sure those knees are right in line with those toes. Again, warming up those glutes, warming up those hamstrings here. Breathe in through it, everyone. We got it. A few more. And 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. So first, for our legs today, for our first set, we're going to go ahead and bring it to 3 moves. We're going to do 45 seconds on and 10 seconds off. And we're going to do all of that twice. So first, we're going to be working more of our hamstrings and then our inner thighs here. So first, we're starting with a Romanian deadlift. So taking our weights, if we have them, we're standing about shoulder width apart, taking those weights right in front of us, really looking at pinching at those hips. We're reaching down towards those feet, and then coming right back on up, squeezing those glutes at the top here. Really making sure we're taking our time on these, and then reaching towards those feet. Next, we have our standing abduction. You can use weights if you would like for these, or if you have a band, you can also use that. So we're standing here, taking one leg at a time, 45 seconds for each. We're going to be lifting that leg to our side here. If you would like, you can just place a weight lightly on that leg. This also tests our balance a little bit. We'll do our right, and then we'll do our left. Then you just bring that leg straight out to our side, slight bend in that knee, and flexing that foot. And those will be our 2 other exercises for this set. All right, like I said, we're going to have 45 seconds for each. We're going to go ahead and get started with that Romanian deadlift here. Getting started. And 3, 2, and 1. So again, making sure that we're really pinching at those hips. We're not pushing those glutes back, really thinking of just bending straight from those hips. Leaning into those feet here, into those glutes. You should feel that right behind those legs. Making sure we're not hunching over as we're going back, we're rolling the shoulders back and going down. Breathe in through it here. Squeezing those glutes at the top. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Next we have those standing abductions here. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so taking one leg out to our side here. This does test our balance a little bit. You can put your hands wherever you feel comfortable. I'm just going to put them behind my head here. Again, you should be feeling this on those inner thighs. a slight bend in that knee. Making sure that it is directly to our side. You don't want to use those hip flexors. Really think of using those inner thighs. Again, not arching that back, using that strong core that we got. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, taking a little break, going to our left side. 3, 2, and 1. Going right up to our side here. Really thinking of lifting in that core if you would like to. This is a great exercise. Again, like I said, for balance. So putting that opposite arm from that leg up and really thinking about not tipping over, but just really isolating that leg and bringing it to our side here. Halfway there, everyone. We got it. We got this set one more time. Starting with those Romanian deadlifts after this. We got it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake up those legs. Going right into those Romanian deadlifts. 3, 2, and 1. Really hinging at those hips, and then coming right back on up here. Making sure that those knees are right over those toes. Breathing through it here. If you'd like to increase, decrease your weight throughout any of this, please feel free to do so. Halfway there. Five seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, going into those standing abductions, I'm going to show you all, if you have a band at home, how to use that. And 1. So if you have a band at home, go ahead and place those just a little bit higher than those knees here. This adds just a little bit more resistance and tension in those muscles. I just want to make sure that you all have various options for whatever you have at home or would like to use. So again, this is a little bit more challenging. Adding some resistance in that movement. Really thinking of pushing that leg out and then bringing it back in. Being strong in that core. Again, you can also do this if you would like to. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Going to our other side. We'll take a little break here. Shake out those legs. We have our last standing abduction, our left side. 2, and 1. Going right out to that side. Again, we should be feeling this in that inner thigh, a little bit on those outsides. Exhaling when that leg goes out and inhaling on the way in. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into our next set of exercises. So again, we're going to have 3 different moves, 45 seconds each for them, and then go ahead and do that twice. All right. Our first move for this next circuit is going to be a narrow squat. So for this, again, you can use weights if you would like to. Put them on those shoulders. For this, our stance is going to be a little bit smaller, taking it a little bit less than shoulder width apart. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it down just to a regular squat. This is called our narrow squat, and this works the front of those legs, our quads. Our next moves are going to be a right and a left again, and this is going to be our standing kickback. So instead of going to our side, we're going to go right behind us here. So again, taking those arms wherever we like to, wherever we feel comfortable. Taking that leg straight behind us, and then right back in, making sure that we have a slight bend in that knee, and really flexing that foot here, and we're not going down with it here. We're just keeping that straight up, a little bit of a bend here in those hips, and then just taking that leg behind us, doing our right, and then our left. I'm going to go ahead and get that timer started, first starting with those narrow squats. In 3, 2, and 1. Again, with that squat, we're squeezing those glutes at the top, keeping that chest lifted here, making sure we're not arching that back, kind of thinking like a beach ball rolling in that stomach, rolling inward here. You kind of think of it as like a inward motion here. Putting the weight in those glutes, in those heels, halfway there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. We're going to go ahead and get into those standing kickbacks here, starting with that right. 3, 2, and 1. Again, this also tests our balance here, really thinking of hinging at that hip, pulling that leg right behind us here. Again, for this, if you have something to grab on, you can also do that as well. That core strong. You should feel it right behind that leg, in that glute, halfway there. Breathing through it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those legs for me. We're going to our left. 3, 2, and 1. So again, just switching our leg here, making sure that when we're doing these, we're not opening up that hip, making sure that we're keeping it right in line, keeping those legs parallel. Breathing through it. Really thinking of lifting up those core muscles here. Kind of thinking like there's a string attached and just pulling them up right there. 10 seconds, everyone. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, little break, and we're going into those narrow squats. 3, 2, and 1. Back to those narrow squats, feeling at the front of those legs. Breathing through it, everyone. Halfway there. We just have our standing kickbacks after this, and then we're moving on to our core, and then we're almost done with our workout for today. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you all, if you have a band, how to do this for our standing kickbacks. 3, 2, and 1. So for our standing kickbacks, same thing as those standing abductions, adding a little bit more resistance in that movement. A little bit more difficult here. Really breathing through it. These resistance bands are another great way to add to at-home workouts. You can also find some things around your house, like a towel or something, to tie to those legs. Something with a little bit of stretch, maybe some spandex shorts or something you can tie around those legs, and add a little bit of resistance to that movement. Bands, if you have those, other things that you can find around your house. All right, taking a little break here and getting into our left side. 3, 2, and 1. All right, everyone, our last push for our legs. We got it. Keeping that slight bend behind that knee, both that standing leg and that leg we're sending behind us. 15 seconds. You're strong, you're powerful. Using those bodies we have. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, awesome, everyone. We finished our legs. We are now going to move on to that core. All right, for our core, we have 3 different exercises. We're going to do them for 45 seconds each. We'll rest in between and do all of that twice. So for our first move, we're starting with our Russian twist here. So you can either use a dumbbell or not, whatever you would like to do. And then you can also keep those feet on the ground or put them in tabletop position. I'm going to keep them right here, making sure we have a slight incline in that back. Taking your dumbbell in those hands, we're twisting from side to side and lightly touching that floor, engaging in that core, feeling it in those sides here. For our next move, we're going to our star crunch. So laying back on that floor, taking those arms out to a kind of like a V shape. Just a little bit this way, into a V shape. You can either extend those legs or keep them bent. I'm going to go ahead and keep them bent, but we're going in and then out. So going in, keeping that shape, and then bringing those arms and those legs back to their position. Again, you can extend your legs if you would like to. I'm going to go ahead and keep them bent. We're really thinking of lifting that whole body off of that floor and into that crunch. Our last move will be our leg drops. For these, again, you can keep straight legs or bent legs. I'm going to keep mine bent. Taking them into tabletop position, dropping our legs one at a time here, really using those lower abdominals, keeping that spine on our floor, dropping one leg at a time and lightly touching that ground. If you would like to, you can also do both at the same time for a little bit of an extra challenge here. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with those Russian twists, starting with 45 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're twisting here, feeling that in that whole core, really twisting those sides. Again, a little extra challenge, lifting those feet up and twisting side to side. Modification, bringing those feet down and touching, working the same muscles. Halfway there. Seconds, everyone. And then we're going to that star crunch. 3, 2, and 1. All right, getting into that star crunch. 3, 2, and 1. So we're exhaling as we crunch together, and then inhaling on our way down. Really having resistance in those movements, being intentional with our form. Form is so much more important than speed, so taking it at your own pace, making sure that our form is nice, keeping those shoulders down, bringing those shoulder blades off of our mat, our floor. 15 seconds, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last but not least, we have those leg lifts. 3, 2, and 1. Dropping those legs. Our leg drops, sorry, not leg lifts. Leg drops here, keeping it here. bringing it one leg at a time, lightly touching that floor. Again, extra challenge here. You can drop both of those legs at the same time. You can also straighten those legs out if you would like. I'm going to go ahead and keep them bent. Again, really making sure we're not arching that back, keeping that back flat against that ground, using those abdominals. Pushing through, everyone. 5 seconds here. 2 and 1. All right, we're getting into that Russian twist, our last round, our last push for today, and then we're going to go ahead and cool it down. And 1. Alternating side to side here. Breathing through it. Halfway there. Last Russian twist. Really using those abdominals, trying not to use those hip flexors. If you do, you can come up a little bit here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, getting into that star crunch. 3, 2, and 1. Again, really crunching in that core. Taking that pause in between. You think about it, we're all stars, making that star shape. We got it. Think of how close we are. Halfway, over halfway. Ten seconds, we've made it this far, everyone. 3, 2, and 1. All right, last but not least, those leg drops, and then we are done today. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating those legs, or dropping them at the same time. Our last move for today. Breathing through it, everyone. "15 seconds, we got it." Really using those lower abdominals, keeping that gaze towards our ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, everyone, go ahead and come up for me. Go ahead and bring it to a butterfly stretch, kissing those feet together, and then moving towards those toes, putting those elbows on those inner thighs, just not on those knee joints here. And again, moving forward a little bit, feeling that stretch. Awesome. All right, go ahead, put those feet out in front of us, flex those feet, and then lift up towards that ceiling, and then reach towards those toes. Thank you all for coming and working out with me today. I always enjoy doing these. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy out there. All right, go ahead. Bring those legs in here, taking one arm across that chest, feel that stretch across that arm, making sure that we are stretching that muscle, not grabbing that elbow joint here. Swinging those arms down, grabbing that arm behind us. I wore my Kickback shirt today, feel a little JMU spirit in here. All right, bring it to our other side. down, bring it behind us. All right, last thing, we're going to go ahead and bring those arms in front of us, stretch those shoulder blades, rock from side to side here, feeling that stretch in that back. All right, awesome. Go ahead, bring it to a little ball here, either giving ourselves a little hug or putting those hands on that floor. It is so, so important, especially now more than ever, to take a minute just to give ourselves a little self-love and motivation. I want you all to thank yourself for coming out and working out today. Thank yourself for loving your body, and thank yourself for being amazing. You have the power to visualize the life you want to have, so make it a good one. All right, everyone, again, my name is Abby. This was Body Sculpt for about 45 minutes, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye!